Hi, friends, and welcome to Peace is Here. I'm your host, Avis Kalfsbeek. This is another episode in the Wolff Peace series, a journey through Robert Paul Wolff's 1966 anthology, Political Man and Social Man. In each episode, we pair one of the great political theorists from Wolff's book with someone who lived peace as a daily radical practice. Together, they help us explore the tension between power and principle and what peace truly requires. The thinker, Erik Erikson, 1902 to 1994. Today's thinker is Erik Erikson, the German-American psychoanalyst best known for his theory of psychosocial development. In his unsettling essay, The Legend of Hitler's Youth, Erikson turns to the inner world of Hitler himself and the psychological mechanisms that allowed a fractured identity to become a fascist movement. He explores how unmet needs, failed attachments, and unresolved adolescent crisis can metastasize, especially when echoed in the wider emotional wounds of a disoriented society. Erikson writes, "The adolescent must find his own, often painful way to adulthood, but if society itself becomes a projection of that confusion, it becomes dangerous." This isn't a clinical profile, it's a warning. When society fails to help young people find identity and belonging, it leaves them vulnerable to manipulation and potentially to horror. Peace Pairing, Nimko Ali, born 1982. To meet this portrait of brokenness, we turn to a survivor and a warrior for selfhood. Nimko Ali is a Somali-born British activist who has made it her life's work to speak the unspeakable, to end the practice of female genital mutilation, and to champion girls' rights over their own bodies. Cut as a child, silenced by tradition, and threatened for her activism, Ali refused to let her trauma become her identity. Instead, she transformed it into clarity, humor, and an unrelenting fight for the dignity of others. She says, "I don't want to be brave. I want to be free." Her work reminds us that peace is not just about ending violence. It's about rebuilding identity on our own terms, not the ones written in shame, silence, or supremacy. Where Erikson sees how lost youth can fall prey to authoritarianism, Nimko Ali shows us how reclaimed identity can spark revolution, the kind that saves lives without taking them. Your peace questions to ponder. Big picture. What happens when a society's wounds are ignored? How do we help young people find identity without falling into extremism or erasure? Day-to-day life. When did you first begin to say no to harmful expectation? Whose voice helped you believe that you were allowed to say it? That concludes this episode of Peace is Here. You can learn more at aviskalfsbeek.com, where I share updates on this podcast and my books. I write best friend activist short fiction in the Pedro the Water Dog Saves the Planet series, eco-adventure novellas for readers who care about justice, joy, and saving the world one story at a time. And I'd be grateful if you followed my Kickstarter campaign at aviskalfsbeek.com/Kickstarter. Coming up next, more thinkers, more peace pairings, and more bold questions from the Wolff Peace series. This episode is human narrated by me, but created with the help of AI, which has promised to let me know if it makes something up. So far, no confessions. But if you believe I've missed something, or if you just want to say hello, I'd love to hear from you. Podcast music is Dalai Lama Riding a Bike by Javier Peque Rodriguez. You'll find links to his music on Spotify and Bandcamp in the show notes. If you enjoyed this podcast, it really helps me if you subscribe on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. A quick rating or review helps others discover peaceful, independent storytelling. And if you have a project that can use a calm, peaceful narrator, my cloned voice, Amaya Calm, is now available in the 11 Labs voice library. AMAYA, calm. The voice is designed to support storytelling that promotes peace and dignity. You can even have a Maya Calm read to you using the 11 Labs Reader app. She sounds like this. Peace is not something you wish for. It's something you make, something you do, something you are, and something you give away. John Lennon. If you haven't used 11 Labs yet, it helps me if you use the link in the show notes below. The link is try.11labs.io/peace, and 11 Labs is spelled out. I'll earn a small affiliate payment which supports my creative projects focused on peace. I'm Avis Kalfsbeek. Thank you again. Until next time, listen for the peace.